Recently on the Wayspotters podcast, you heard Mr. Chris say...
Anything that gets you kind of maybe off the beaten path, makes you go somewhere that you normally wouldn't. And that's the whole point of the whole database, is to get you to go look at places, go explore and interact with your community that you in a way that you might not know before, right? Hello, agents, scouts, trainers, keepers, pilots, hunters, eighth wallers, and our beloved explorers and wayfinders. Welcome to episode 192 of the Wayspotters podcast, a podcast dedicated to helping you become a better wayfinder. Wayspotters is brought to you by the good people at the Pokémon Professor Network. Today is Thursday, September 18th, and with me as always is Jamal. How's it going, my friend?
Morning?
It is morning.
I'm doing well. We're recording in the morning this time. Although people listening to it on Sunday and Monday have no idea when we record. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, we recorded in the morning, the afternoon, midnight, 2 a.m. It's all the same. I do.
As long as we bring our smiling faces, right?
Yeah, exactly. As long as we bring our smiling faces and drop on Sunday morning, I don't think anybody cares.
That's right.
I will say one thing. Bonus points to anybody who can connect the title of this episode to the title of a previous episode. I didn't do it on purpose, but I was writing the notes last night and it hit me when I don't want to give it away, but it hit me that this one was connected to a different one. So a little hint, the title of this episode actually goes before the title of the previous episode. So first person to DM us on social media or tag us on Discord with the answer will get a shout out next episode.
This is going to be funny to see if somebody does it.
Because I did this. Maddie will figure it out. I know Maddie will figure it out.
Yeah.
At the very least. But it amused me when it dawned on me that I had done this by accident. So on that note, let's jump into the news.
And now, the latest Niantic spatial and Scopely news from the Wayspotters podcast. Presented by the Pokemon Professor Network.
Emily is back. Woot woot.
Guess who's back?
Praise
back the... again. Emily's back. Tell a friend.
All right, little backstory. On September 17th, so yesterday at 5:11 a.m., Trung Latias posted on the forums that they had noticed a nomination was rejected, and the message on the contribution page said this submission was declined by Niantic's automated process for not adhering to Wayfarer criteria. So that actually came from, and I forgot to get the name, somebody on the Wayfarer discussion Discord had posted it there, and then Trung Latias took it and posted it on the forum. Niantic Oren posted about 20 minutes later asking for details because it was in community voting when it was rejected. Yes. Which is weird. Correct. Because Emily's not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Oren posted about 20 minutes later asking for details so that they could look into it. And then at 8:36 a.m., Aaron posted that Emily was in fact back on her feet, but stumbling and being monitored by the best specialists or something along those lines. So
it was so good. The humor and the puns in there was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, and then somebody brought up the cookies thing again.
Yes.
This thing's never going to die.
I saw that. When I saw that and the cookies came up, I'm like, here we go. This is going to be a thing now. We've got another trope on the forum now. Cookies is a trope, so congratulations, sir.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, it's good that she's back. So let's, on that note, we're going to talk about Emily, jump into topic number 1.
Get ready for topic number 1.
All right. Around August 29th, the Wayfarer team discovered that Emily was having issues and she was taken down. Somebody asked when Emily came back up, if they were doing upgrades, and Tintino was like, yeah, no, this was not expected.
This was unintentional.
And it's funny because a lot of people were just like, something seems off. And then finally on the 5th, Tintino posted on the forums that Emily was, in fact, they had taken her down, and it might be a little bit before she comes back up. I don't think anybody expected it to be like 3 weeks almost, but
well,
it was a while.
It was. So part of the problem was they didn't say what the issue was.
Right.
You know, a lot of times if someone says this is what's wrong, you're like, oh, that sounds like that might take a little bit of time. You know, like you go to your mechanic and he's like, your S seal and your engine block needs to be replaced. You're like, oh, okay. As opposed to we need to fix the brakes. You know, so we don't know if it was like a infrastructure thing or something superficial.
Yep. Yeah, like when I took my van in to repair, and my mechanic was like, "Yeah, you don't even bother. It's just gonna fall apart." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll get a new car."
Yeah, you're like, yeah, thanks for the heads up, guy.
Thanks for the heads up and not just taking my money. During the time that Emily was down, I noticed a bunch of other people noticed because it came up on the forum a couple of times. It came up in our Discord a couple of times. It came up in our private chats with some people a couple of times. The amount of coal that people were seeing went through the roof.
It did.
Like,
it really did.
If you were to ask me, if you were to ask me, say, hey, Chris, if we're going to take Emily down, how much coal do you think that you will see? I would have said 10% more, 15% more.
Marginal.
Not like 60%. Like it was bad. So I did a little bit of an experiment when I decided that I wanted to talk about this week. So funny, I decided I wanted to talk about this before they announced that Emily came back up. So it's good. During the time, I did 175 reviews. And I have a list here. I'm going to read you the list of all of the absolute like this doesn't even include the generic coal, the stuff that was kind of borderline that I rejected, or stuff that was kind of misplaced that I rejected. A garbage bin, 3 sets of flagpoles, 7 generic paths, 4 schools, a natural gas pipeline sign, like one of those call before you dig signs, a hotel sign, not the hotel, the sign for the hotel. A beaten up structure of a sculpture of a lion on someone's front lawn, a plant, legit plant.
Okay.
5 chain restaurants like Subway, IHOP, Pizza Hut. A plaque at an elementary school. That actually happened twice. I forgot about that. This is from before.
Okay.
A lot number sign. So I'm going to pull this one up because people might not know what this one.
A lot number sign. Okay.
A lot number sign. So this is, think, a blue sign that's probably 5 inches by 5 inches, maybe less, like 3 by 3, on a metal pole in front of a field, and that's the address of that lot. That's it. Lot 24 Woods Entrance is what they called it. What else we got? A parking lot.
So that one is temporary at best. At best, that's temporary.
So those are actually like in rural Ontario. Those are everywhere. Okay. So that's kind of at the end of the road because a lot of the properties up there have really long driveways.
Yeah.
So you can't see the house ever. So that those are on the end, and it's used for emergency services. So they could, the ambulances and the fire trucks can locate your properties, right?
Gotcha. Okay, so not necessarily temporary, but I was thinking more of like what you might see in the States, how they would mark a lot before they built a house. Right. They have those here in the States where,
no, for sure. But those ones they're mostly permanently, at least they're permanent up here. A parking lot, a seafood cannery, a bike rack, a real estate broker, a street speed limit sign, a radio tower, a Marriott, a chain motel, a community garden that looked like an abandoned yard. So let me pull this one up too, because this is worth seeing if you're watching. Nope, that's the wrong one. This. It looks like, first of all, someone's backyard. Second of all, it looks like
very much looks like somebody's backyard.
Abandoned backyard. Like it's just grass.
And it's all overgrown and
like I posted this in the Discord and I'm like, I'll say it, your community garden sucks. Because that's what they call it, 22 wing community garden. Like, come on, guys. I also got 6 very clearly fake nominations. Like, I mean, super fake. And 4 apartment buildings.
Like just
an apartment building.
Wow.
Which
okay.
I think might be a byproduct of the neighborhood signs, but that's a conversation for a different show, right?
Yeah, we need to kind of discuss that. We could talk about that. We could talk about that.
Not today. That's like 47. My math's probably a little bit off there because there was out of 175 reviews, that was close to 50. Just absolute trash that I would think Emily would catch most, if not all of that.
Yes, I see where you're going with this, and I have questions, but I want to let you make your point. But I have questions because I've got questions.
That's like my rejection rate was close to 50% during this time, 175 that I did. And that's like, my rejection rate isn't that high normally.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some things in there that were not great, but I wouldn't necessarily call them coal. Like, I could see what people were trying to sell me. I just wasn't buying it. Right. Did
you notice that your bar went up a little bit faster? Were people agreeing with you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like every time I was looking, I was like, I got a couple of upgrades in there, and my agreement percentage has gone way up. So like, people are seeing the same things. And you bring up a good point. I didn't have this in my notes, but I think somebody else said it somewhere else. I hope that people who have less than stellar ratings are using this time to bank agreements. You know what I mean? Like, because it was bad.
I think this brings up a good point. I think it brings up a good point that we've said, and this has been you more than me, so I can't take credit for this statement, but this has been a Chris thing, that there needs to be a better job done of educating, because if there's that much bad coal out there, we've got some really bad nominators, and I think we've established the point that one bad nominator can ruin something worse than one bad reviewer. So I think this goes to the point that if you're seeing this, there's a whole bunch of bad nominators out there.
So that brings up my first question. Was Emily really rejecting this much coal?
I'm going to have to say yes. Because if you weren't seeing this before, she had to have been catching it.
She had to have. Grandpa TP posted on the forum, one of the comments was like, did Emily come up with black lung? With all the coal? Or it might have been Agent X.
I saw that. Oh,
Yeah,
I just now got it. Okay, black lung coal. I saw it and I was like, huh? Okay, it just hit me. That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was like the comment of the year, I think, for me. It was so good.
I just thought of another one. Maybe Emily is the canary in the coal mine.
Oh my.
Right?
That's so good.
Oh, I'm going to have to try to come up with a graphic. Maybe we'll do, canary in the coal mine.
That's so good. That is so good. That needs to be on a t-shirt. Poor Emily. Like, it really highlights kind of how much work the machine learning and the AI was doing to just keep this off of people's reviews.
Right, for sure. Oh, yeah.
I think kind of as a community, we may have taken that for granted.
Mm-hmm. I think we did. I really think we did.
Because there was times before Emily where, and it was common in the community, people would like, oh, I did 5 reviews today. Like, oh, normally you do 50. Why did you only do 5? Well, because all 5 of them were absolute horrible dumpster fires. And then I couldn't do it anymore. And then that kind of went away. And people didn't talk about it anymore. And people were like, oh, I did my reviews today. Yeah, whatever. You know, it's just kind of became a thing. We all came kind of complacent with the fact that we weren't seeing strings and strings and strings of just hot trash in our reviews anymore.
Well, remember this, Chris. There's been that urban legend theory out there that if you vote one way too many times, either to approve or deny, you could get a cooldown. So I think that led to a lot of the behavior where people said, "Oh, I did 7 reviews. They were all terrible, and I stopped because I didn't want to get a cooldown." We don't know if that's true or not, but I think a lot of people still have that stuck in their mind.
I will tell you this. I'm glad you brought that up. I hadn't gotten that cooldown checkbox in months. Months. I got it 5 times in 175 reviews.
Okay. So that says something. So there might be something to that. There might be something to that. So I wrote something and put it on the forums about cooldowns. And, I told everybody it was 100% speculation. But, there might be something to it. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to continue to scan that for science and see if it's the case.
I'm going to do 175 reviews in the next couple of days to compare the last 175 to the new 175. And I think I might wait a couple of days to do the comparison because I don't think they're going to shuffle Emily through anything that's still in queue. I think they will probably just ease her back into all of the stuff that's being nominated now, newly. It would be a good question to ask the Wayfarer team, and maybe I'll post that on the forum and be like, hey, are you guys going to put her through anything that's... I think they'll leave anything that's in voting, because if it's in voting, it's in voting.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
If it's in queue before she came back up, are you going to have her run through that? Because that would be interesting to know. To kind of... my gut tells me that they won't. Right? So...
I think your gut's pretty good, dude. Your gut's pretty good at picking up on what needs to happen. Yeah.
Usually. So this highlights a bigger, deeper concern for Wayfarer as a whole. Is it really that bad out there? Like, I hadn't considered it might be like a reviewer thing. I was thinking maybe, like, are people running out of stuff to nominate, so they're just taking pictures of random things in open cells trying to get stuff in? Like, is that what's happening here?
It might be, but also remember, we've seen an uptick on the forum and on Reddit and on X of people saying I nominated something and then I got a warning or I got banned.
Yeah.
And, we're always kind of like, oh, tell the whole story. Let's see the nomination. Maybe these are some of those nominations that people are sending out that it's kind of like, ooh, because a couple of them I've seen, I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And if you're continually spamming that when you deserve to get banned.
Yep. Call of the week this week is a good example of something that someone should get an email from. But this brings up, so here's another question. If Emily is down, right, or Emily is working, and you submit something that's just blatantly fake, like you used a method to create a main photo that is clearly fake, like you've done it in Paint, and Emily's like, no, that doesn't look right, I'm going to reject it. Does that go to the Wayfarer? Is Emily smart enough to say, this looks like not only not right, but this looks fake, and I'm going to send this to the Wayfarer team for secondary review, right? I don't think she is. I think she's just rejecting it, and no one's looking at it. So is the uptick in people getting warnings and bans due to the fact that this stuff is making it to the community and the community's reporting it?
You bring up a great point. I hadn't thought of that.
I hadn't thought of that until you mentioned the uptick in people getting reported, and I was like, I wonder if they're related.
Yeah. That would make sense because we know for a fact, we've talked to the people, and some of it's been us, that you see 5 or 6 of these in a row, and you're like, all right, now my eye is trained. I'm going to look for it. The next one I see, I'm reporting it. Because I'll see stuff that looks fake and it looks bad, and I'm like, you know what, just thumbs down and move on. But then you get kind of irritated after you see a bunch of them, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to report it. You're now wasting my time. I got on to do this for fun, and you're now making this unenjoyable, so I'm going to report you. I think you're onto something, because not that we didn't see a lot of people say they were getting banned and they'd never do Wayfarer again when Emily was around. And maybe it's just I'm noticing it more now, but I see a lot of people, especially on Reddit, saying, oh, I got banned. And it's like, you know what? I think people like you did 175 reviews and you're like, this is BS. I'm going to put a stop to this.
Yeah, like I said, I found fake 5, was it 5? Just terribly fake. It took me 3 seconds to be like, that's not right. Right? And I report it all. I report them every time. But I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there who will just like deep sigh, reject, move on. Deep sigh, reject, move on. Okay, now I've seen 3. No, now you're getting a report, right?
Yep.
And I can almost guarantee you that 3 out of the 5 that I saw were the same person.
Oh,
Because they
sure.
were the
Oh,
same
for sure. Yeah,
type of nomination in the same city. And I'm sure that they were all the same person, or at least there were 3 people working together, right? And there's so many in my area going around and nominating all of the schools, every single one. And like, I can't help but think that some of this is because Emily was down,
Right.
and
And
like are people
I would.
trying to get this through in the community, saying, "Hey guys, Emily's down. I'm just going to nominate all this stuff. Go in and vote and get it through." Because we talked about how stuff is almost impossible to get off the map once it's on.
Yeah, that's true. That's
right?
a good point. That's a good point.
So
yeah, I don't know, man. I think you're onto something. I think we did take Emily for granted. Now I haven't done a lot of reviews recently. I need to get back at it. But after seeing what you were going through, I'm like, I don't know, man. But I think we need to get to where you wanted to be with education, because I would love, 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 love if we had some way to find these people who are nominating this and say, hey, can we jump on a Zoom call? Can I talk to
Yeah.
you for a second, player? Like seriously, like not out of like spite or anything, but out of legitimate like brotherly love, and like, let me help you, because what you're nominating is not good and your account's going to be at risk. But more than that, let me show you some of the things in your area that may be eligible. I'm willing to help you. And I think there's a ton of people, ambassadors included, that would jump on a Zoom call with somebody, depending on the time zone and the language, and say, hey, this is not really a good submission. Let me show you what a good submission is, and we'll jump in the Google car and do it together. So,
Yeah.
I think that for me would help with the frustration level, because some of the things that I've seen, and I'm the more lenient person, and some of the things that I've seen on there, I'm like, who thought that was a good idea? Like
Yes.
where did that come from? You know,
Yeah.
like
100%. So perfect example. This is from the call channel in our Discord. Grandpa TP posted this. He's like, I just want to reach out because they nominated the sign, Black Bear Lawn Care, Black Bear Lawn Care and more. And it's a sign for the Black Bear Lawn Care, right? And it's a wooden sign with a bear on it, but it's a lawn care company that's not eligible. Grandpa TP's like, I want to reach out and shake them and yell the gazebo, because there's a gazebo in the background of this picture.
behind. Oh my God! Yes, there's a gazebo right behind
It's
it.
right there.
Right behind it.
I meant to
Unless
look
the
it up to see
gazebo's
if-
already in the game.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Unless the gazebo's already there, but like, it's amusing that the gazebo is right there.
Like, you
Yeah,
were so close. You almost had it.
I think that we could get to a point where Emily is smart enough to say, hey, I've rejected this for this reason, right? And we'll get into topic number 2. We're going to get into a couple of tips for how to avoid an Emily rejection, because there are some pretty... I've seen people post some stuff that Emily rejected that was eligible.
Mm-hmm.
But they did the faux pas that caused Emily to look at things and go, yeah, no. It's pretty simple, right? So next question for you. Do you think that rejection fatigue is a thing? So I got like halfway through my reviews and I was like, reject. Yes, I'm a human. Reject. Yes, I'm a human. And like, I started thinking, and I'm looking at something, I'm like, that's not bad. Maybe I'm like, whoa, hold on. No. And I'm like, am I starting to feel more lenient towards the stuff that I'm seeing just because I want to feel good about accepting something? Like, is that a thing? Like, do you feel that way?
I do. I absolutely feel that way. You remember in the beginning part of the year, I was doing like 150 reviews a day, right? And I had to slow down because I was going out of my mind with some of the stuff. Like, I'm just kind of like, oh my goodness, like, and so I would say review fatigue is a thing. Now, I don't get fatigued when I see normal stuff like churches or,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, because if that's all you got, that's all you got. So I get it. But when it's just like coal after coal after coal, like you remember those days when I would be reviewing a lot and I would just flood the coal channel and it would be like 1202, 1207, 1209, 1211,
Yep.
1213, and it's just like every other one. So after seeing so many bad nominations, it's like you're done. And then
Yep.
you get on the forum and you see people complaining about I got banned, and you see their nomination and you're like, I saw that one. I would ban you too. I'd
Mm-hmm.
physically shake you, So I do think review fatigue is a thing, because remember, Chris, I am a review to approve type of person,
Yep.
right? That's me. Like you're a review to you're like you're the goalie. You're like Jackson. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
protect this house. You're Under Armour, and I'm like, come on, let's get more things on the map so you have more things to play. But at the end of the day, when you just see bad after bad after bad, it's kind of like you're talking to your buddy and he's telling you about his relationship and you really want to defend him and he's saying all this stuff and you're like, you did that? You said that? You're like, you're making it hard for me to defend you. And that's kind of how I feel. So absolutely, review fatigue is a thing. I 100% believe in it.
And like I had to stop myself a couple of times, and I'm like, no, you need to take a deep breath and look at this the same way that you look at everything else, because I would get like 10, 11, 12, 13 rejections in a row, and it's using the same thing. It's not distinct. It's not distinct. It's not distinct. It's not distinct. And I'm just like almost nodding off because it's just
Right.
so
Mind numbing.
mundane. And then finally I'm seeing something that's like borderline at best. And I'm like, oh, I just want to accept something. I'm like, no, you need to look at the Google card, look at the maps, look at the description, look at the. I'm just like, I don't want to do this, but I'm powering through because I wanted to have content for the show. And I'm just like, this is the thing that drove away reviewers.
Right.
This is why we struggled so mightily with our queues, because people were nominating things but not reviewing because the things that were being nominated were just hot trash.
Yeah, horrible.
And not only was that trash clogging up the queue, it was preventing people from doing a lot of reviews, because people would get 10 or 15 in, reject 10 things, and be like, why am I doing this? Is depressing. Like, I'm doing this as an escape from my life, or to kind of bide my time. I don't want to spend my free time sad. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you spend more time clicking on motorcycles and crosswalks and stoplights.
Exactly. Like the second time you're like, pick out all of them, or which one of these frames has a bus in it? And you're like, I don't care. I'm done.
Exactly.
Like, close. See you later. Right? But then Emily came along, and I didn't get a cooldown forever. I didn't get a CAPTCHA for like a year. I didn't have to check that I'm a human box forever.
Right.
And all of a sudden now I'm getting it 2-3 times a night.
So Chris, question for you, and this may be a little aside, but what happens if Emily gets that button?
That's a good question. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe Emily couldn't solve the CAPTCHA.
Yes. There it is. That's where Emily was. She couldn't solve the CAPTCHA. She couldn't click I'm a human, and she couldn't identify all of the bikes in the picture. We solved it. There it is, people. There it is. We solved it. We fixed it.
So now, can Emily do CAPTCHAs now? Because if AI can figure out how to do CAPTCHAs, we might all be in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Gonna have to take my money out of the bank and put it back under the couch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff it under the mattress like they used to. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to ask this last one, but like, Emily doesn't accept things anymore, other than picture edits and actual edits, I believe. I don't know if she does actual edits anymore. Picture edits, I know she does, which is good, cool, because I love being able to submit a photo and then have it approved and on the Pokestop before I walk away. Which is
That's
great.
like the
I love
coolest
it.
feeling. That's
the coolest feature
feeling
ever. What are your thoughts on the Wayfarer team working towards a point where Emily can accept things again, like actual nominations? Is it necessary?
Necessary? I don't know. Wanted? Yes. So, Chris, you and I know we've talked to some people, not with the Wayfarer team, and we know that one of the reasons why Emily potentially is not accepting things is that there was some kind of widespread abuse. We won't get into it, but we have talked to people who've kind of told us, hey, there's been some abuse, and this is speculation of why it is. I would love to see Emily get to the point where she is approving things. That was some of the best time in my Wayfarer career where things were going through in 22 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. Things were getting on the map. People were playing. So I'd love to get there again. However, if the back door is wide open and those people are coming through the back door, then no, I don't think it should happen. So there has to be a way where Emily can approve things in that 22-hour period, but not letting nefarious characters kind of sneak things on the map that shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. I think that the abuse and the kind of exploitation of Emily was not good.
Right.
And I can completely understand why the Wayfarer team felt the need to take that privilege away from her, because people found out how to manipulate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've thought long and hard about how to avoid that and how to prevent that from happening, and I don't know that you can.
Right.
I don't know that there's really a solid way, just from where machine learning and AI is currently at generationally. I don't know that it's necessarily good enough to replace the human eye and that human kind of discernment on certain things, right? And at this point, I don't think that the queue's really that bad. Like, my stuff has always flown through, so I can't. I'm not really. I speak from a place of privilege, right? So I can't really say much about that. Like, I only have like a couple week turnaround.
I'll give you an example. I nominated something on the 16th, and it entered voting on the 18th. Now, nice. from doing podcasting with me for 3 years, that's amazing, because normally I'd nominate something on the 16th of the month and it would be like the 18th 2 months later where it goes into voting. So Charlotte, North Carolina, I don't think the queue is as bad as it has been. I think it's acceptable right now. I think if I was not a Wayfarer and I just said, oh, I'm going to nominate something, like if I just came into this as just a person off the street and someone said, you nominate something 2-3 days it goes into voting, I'm like, that sounds about right. I can get behind that,
Yep.
So I don't think the queues are that bad. But I understand why you're hesitant to even kind of bring up the topic.
Yeah. Because like, I get it. It was a fun time. And like, I loved nominating things, like 8 or 9 things. And then like 2 days later, boom, they're all in. That's great. I loved it. Right. But like, I won my a bench that's actually was in the showcase. KatettheKonz had sent it to me. Somebody sent it to them. They sent it to me. It was weird. But it's a bench that was nominated on the 4th. I held it until the 5th because I needed to actually put a description in, and then I released it on the 6th, and it went into voting on the 9th, and it was accepted by the 15th. So
yeah,
like, that's pretty standard for this area. Even another plaque that I did, it was I don't have the voting here, but I released it on the 11th. It got rejected on the 15th, and I appealed it on the 15th. And then even Niantic, like that appeal was done in 2 days. So
can I go speculation station here in tinfoil hat? Absolutely. I wonder, and there's no way to confirm this, but I want to remember 8-10 shows ago. I said a way that I think Niantic / Scopely could speed up the queue would be to show that nomination to a wider audience. I know we've talked a little bit about cells, but I'm gonna do some reviews and I'm gonna look, Chris, and see for future episodes if I'm seeing things from outside of my normal area that I see. Because one of the ways they could speed it up is let's say Oshawa, right? Let's say, what do you think the furthest your normal area goes? Do you think it goes all the way to Toronto? Do you think it goes the other side of Toronto? Like,
oh no, I get stuff.
But you know what I mean? Like, think about like the furthest out that you normally see, and then just think if you start to see things even further. That would be a way to speed up the queue by getting more eyes on the nomination, and they could make that change in the background without us even knowing it. And that's not something that we would know anyway, but I'm going to look to see if maybe that's happening, if I'm getting things from a little bit further out. So where I am in North Carolina, I'm in Charlotte. So I get things, if anybody is remotely closer, knows geography, I get things like Asheville and Wilmington, which is about driving a car 2.5 to 3 hours either way, right? That's if you just think of a radius. But I might look and see if I start to get things from like Tennessee or Virginia or deeper down in South Carolina and see if that happens.
I think if I remember correctly, the general consensus is that the reviewing range is based on level 6 S2 cells. So the level 6 cell that you're in plus the 8 that are around it, and so you get like a 9 block square. I've never actually looked to see how far that goes. I think I will, because I know I've been seeing a lot more stuff from Quebec lately. But I normally get stuff from Quebec because I'm that close to the border.
Right.
Might be. I know it also depends on kind of where you have your bonus location set and all that stuff. Where is my bonus location set? I don't know. I don't remember where my bonus location is set right now. It might.
My bonus location.
Might be,
yeah, go ahead. Your home location is where?
My home location might actually be Cornwall. I can't remember. No, my home location's here in Oshawa because I was living in Cornwall at the time. Oh, my bonus location is North Carolina. That's right.
That's right. My bonus location is upstate New York, where KatettheKonz is.
Yes.
And my home location is Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. I actually need to change my home location. Maybe I'll reach out to the Wayfarer team and see if they'll change it for me. Because
yeah. Now that you're actually home.
Now that I'm actually home. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. All right. I think that's it for topic number 1. I think we've kind of covered everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm happy Emily's back. I hope that she gets back on her feet quickly, and I can stop seeing hot trash in my reviews.
Yes,
like if you look at the Cole channel in our Discord, it's basically me.
It's full.
It's me.
But it's full. There's a lot of stuff in that Discord.
Me, Spacebar, and who was the other one? Let me find it. And Malcolm.
Yep.
Putting a lot of coal in there in the last couple of days. And like,
there's been a lot of coal in Australia.
Yeah, there has. Oh, here's one that I forgot. Somebody nominated a Wendy's sign.
Jeez.
Not the Wendy's, a Wendy's sign.
A Wendy's sign. That's bad.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Like, if it was like the first Wendy's sign, sure. But it's like, oh, this was built in 2021. That's 4 years ago. My kids are older than that. Come on now. All right, let's very quick jump into topic number 2.
This is Sarah Amanda. Don't forget about topic number 2.
All right, real quick, ways to avoid an Emily rejection. With Emily back, here are some tips to avoid the rejection hammer. Think the Tinkatuff giant hammer. Nominate eligible things is number 1. Emily's pretty good at looking at something and going, that does not meet criteria. Sorry. And then rejecting it, right? So I think that's why a lot of this stuff has been getting through lately, is because Emily's really good at saying that's a generic sign or that's a tree. Take good pictures, I think, is the second one. avoid having too much greenery in your picture. If there's too much like grass or trees or sky isn't really greenery, but nature. Too much nature in your picture,
I know what
Emily
you meant,
will
nature.
reject it, right? I've seen a couple on the forums like, oh, this was rejected by the ML. People are like, well, yeah, it's a footbridge, sure, but the footbridge is like 5% of your picture. Emily thought it was just trees, and you need to get closer. So that's the second thing. Make sure the POI is the focus of your picture. You can have like a little bit of a gap on either side. I saw somebody post a picture. Maybe we'll do a segment on taking good pictures too. Like if you put like 25% of a little spacer on each side of the point of interest, it'll center it into the spinner on Pokemon Go pretty well.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I thought that was pretty interesting. That was good.
Like if you leave too much space, Emily won't be able to figure out what the point of your photo is, and you'll just get rejected, right? And make sure your picture is centered. If it's off to the side or off on the corner, or it's like half of the footbridge is even in your picture, then you got a higher chance of Emily kind of busting through and sending it back to you, right? So it's all about the picture, because that's the thing that Emily looks at is the picture, and she analyzes the picture to death. And if it's not great, it's not gonna. You gotta make sure it's not blurry, it's centered, there's not enough not too much greenery. That's kind of, I think, the only real tips that I can give people on how to avoid Emily rejections. Do you got anything else?
No, I got nothing else. I think that's all. I mean, we've done 10 shows on this, and I just think it's good to repeat it because, we get new listeners all the time, just like we see new people on the forum. I've seen that banner so many more times recently. This is the first time they've put something in here. Welcome them. So I think it's good. Just, we've figured out what it needs to be. Just think about now that we can say these are only going in Pokemon Go. We don't have to play the game. Well, it might be Ingress and da-da-da. We know it's going to be in a circle. So just think of the circle when you take your picture, and take your picture with the idea that it's going to be in the spinner. So I think if you do that, you're never going to go wrong.
Nope, 100%. Absolutely, 100%. And hopefully, what was I going to say? Oh, we have a nomination help channel in our Discord. So if you are a part of our Discord and you want to join our Discord, information on that later. We have a channel where people can post, and if you want help, post it there. You can always DM us on social media. We'll have links to all the stuff in the show notes, and we'll go through all that at the end of the show. But just DM us and say, hey, I got this nomination. I could use some help. One of us will answer you fairly quickly, and we'll give you all the advice that you need. And we'll be more than happy to help you figure out your nominations and stuff. So with that, I have a good tale. I actually have a couple of tales from Canada that I'm going to bank up. So we're going to talk about one of them this week, and then I got another one for next show. So let's jump into tales from Canada.
Get ready to explore Canada's history through the diverse experiences and perspectives of the real people who live them. Every other week, Chris will take you oot and a boot through a fun segment we call Tales from Canada. So grab your double-double, make sure you have all your loonies and toonies, and get ready to hang a Larry. It's time for Tales from Canada.
All right, let me pull this up real quick. So the other day, I was driving home from work, and I didn't get a picture. I was out for a walk and my phone died. And I wasn't able to get a picture of it. But something very similar happened. It's just around the corner from my house. So let me share this. Jamal has seen it.
I just looked at it. Oh, this is good. This is so good.
Man arrested after driving child-sized Barbie Jeep, George, British Columbia. And this is exactly what it sounds like. This is a grown man driving a pink Barbie Jeep. Think like, okay, it's a kid's car. essentially, is what
the
it is.
kids'
Like
car, little electric
four-wheeler,
kids' car.
Little electric kids' car.
Can I just say this, Chris? I grew up on the West Coast, and this is so BC. This is so BC, and I feel like I can say that being an Oregonian, and this is this quintessential BC.
Yep, 100%. A Prince George man was pulled over by police after driving a child-sized pink toy Barbie Jeep along one of the main roads in north central British Columbia on September 5th. Speaking to CBC News, Lincoln said that he was getting ready to go get a Slurpee with a friend, but got lazy and decided to borrow his roommate's child's tiny car to get around as his friend walked along beside him. And then, yeah, so there are just pictures of him driving around with his sunglasses on in this pink Jeep. And then there's another picture of the cops right behind him pulling him over. And then there's pictures of him in handcuffs.
So good.
And then he got so apparently it was an undercover police car that pulled him over. Oh, this is good. And this undercover unmarked police vehicle was behind me, so I roll down my window and say, "Don't let him catch you riding dirty." So there was a guy, the guy that was pulled out around my corner was a similar thing, but like the Jeep that he was driving looked like a real Jeep, and it had like license plates on it and stuff. So I don't know,
really,
like it was. Oh yeah, this guy went all out. And I went to go charge my phone so I could go take pictures of it. By the time I got there, they were hauling the. It was so funny. They had a flatbed with the little tiny Jeep on it, hauling it away. And I'm like, and they were gone, so I didn't get a good picture of it.
That's so good. I
saw this yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get this. And then there's a picture of Grand Theft Auto Prince George. So good. So what did you
rolling
get
the Power Wheels, man?
The Vancouver-based lawyer says that it's well established that toy vehicles are not allowed on the road. Apparently, this guy also didn't have a driver's license.
Oh, his driver's license was suspended. Oh, yeah. Man. Oh, look at that. License plate none. Make Power Wheels. Model Barbie Jeep. Color pink. Oh, the cop had fun writing that up.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So, apparently he plans to fight the tickets. When was this posted? This was, I'm going to see if I, this is like 10 days ago. No wonder I hadn't found this before. So this was 10 days ago.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep an eye on this because he plans to fight this ticket. I want to see if he wins this.
Okay. Yeah. That would be amazing.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. We're going to play some dad jokes, and then we will come back on the other side with Wayspot of the Week and Coal of the Week.
Hey, this is Rolly Wambo alumni, and you're listening to the Wayspotters podcast.
This is Ashley the Artist from YouTube, and you're listening to the Wayspotters podcast.
Hello, this is Kermit the Frog, and you're listening to the Wayspotters podcast.
You're joking. It's season 4. Enough already.
Why was the computer cold? Because it left its windows open. I found the best place to buy sausages online. Hold on, I'll send you a link. Fun fact, parallel lines have so much in common. It's such a shame that they'll never, ever meet. What did one hat say to the other hat? You stay here, I'll go on ahead. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. I told my suitcase that we were not going on vacation this year, and guess what? Now I'm dealing with emotional baggage. I bought a boat because it was for sale.
welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the dad jokes this week. We're going to jump into Wayspot of the Week.
This is Sarah Amanda, and here's some Wayspotters approved points of interest.
As I find the right picture. So let's do this. Oh, there it is. All right. Both Wayspots of the Week and Coal of the Week are all mine. It's my show, and I'm going to do what I want. Just so I felt like
it's my
I found a
party,
lot of
and I
garbage.
cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to.
I found a lot of trash the last couple of days. I also found a couple of good things, so I wanted to kind of highlight the good things that I found. So I will take this one. This one is Molly's Way, a large mural created on the side of Station 3 condominium in downtown Whippy, created to honor the site of the building as a former fire hall and the fire education and safety training dog, Molly. So this is so I put this in the thing. I'm gonna get a little off track here because I wanna correctly credit whoever made this comment. Let me find it real quick. Where's it? Agent X. So I posted this in, and Agent X replied, "Just because it's on the second story doesn't mean it's a 2-story mural." So I thought that was funny. It's a really good comment. It is a mural of...
That's such an underrated comment. I was on mute and I couldn't get off, but yeah, Agent X has got jokes, man. He's got jokes.
He does. He is a funny individual, and that was a really, really good comment. It's essentially a mural of a dog. There is the background. It looks like there's some party lights on the left, and then on the right side of the top, it's like a bunch of trees, so it's like an outdoor party. And then there's a Dalmatian running through the middle of the mural, and then there's like a wave, kind of like a swirl going through the middle of it. It's very, very colorful.
When I looked at it, I thought it was like maybe he was like carrying a scarf in his mouth or something, or I don't know, like that, yeah. Something like that. Yeah,
it's a really, really cool mural, and it's a nice way to kind of honor a building that used to be something and now it's something else. Like it used to be a fire hall there, and now they're honoring kind of the education and safety dog Molly, who at this point is probably no longer with us because dogs don't live that long. But
right,
yeah, I think this is a really cool way to kind of honor the effort and the contribution to the community that Molly probably made. So I thought that was really cool.
I love it.
All right, let's do Wayspot of the Week number 2.
Here is a beautiful example of a Wayspot of the Week, which may or may not be a 2-story mural.
All right, Wayspot of the Week number 2, and it is indeed a 2-story mural, or what I'm going to call a 2-story mural. So what you're looking at here is the Pageland train mural, and when I saw that, I was like, Pageland, wait a minute. I know where Pageland is. It's South Carolina. I'm like, that's where you get all the peaches. So the Pageland train mural, and I'll read it. It says, Pageland's newest mural, Abstract Dissident, was commissioned to create this amazing mural to be revealed at the annual Watermelon Festival 2025. He even added at creative, and then it kind of cuts off. But can I just say, Chris, points for the description there. It signified that it was commissioned, and what it was doing, and why it was made. So the Watermelon Festival 2025. So we're gonna go, wait a minute, Watermelon Festival. I'm gonna go to the Google machine and look up what watermelon. So it brings out a lot of things for the reviewer and the people who might see it to kind of inquire. But what it is, it's a 2-story mural of a train. It's a really cool train. So think of like old school Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Coyote and the Roadrunner. It's that kind of steam engine train, right? You know, it's got the big grill on the front, and it's got a number 10 painted on the side, and it's going from left to right, kind of down to up. And then there's a big sign there like that says Pageland that's kind of stuck in the ground. But it's everything you would think of a historical train, it feels dirty, like the air is dirty, like there's gonna be hot, gritty, coaly air. It really kind of jumps off the mural at you. I think it's great. I would love to know who the artist was so we could credit them and go on IG and check out their other things. But it's really cool. So it's on the side of the building, and just think of dark. Just think of like 1800s Coltrane, and it's just everything that you close your eyes and imagine. Just lots of blacks and charcoals and grays. And then at the very top, you see a little bit of blue sky of where it is. So it's really good. It's a really good Waste Spot of the Week.
It is. It's so good. And I think I hadn't considered this, but the fact that it's kind of like gray and black and white really lends itself to it being that type of train, because that was exactly, good point. That was what the air looked like around you, was dirty and gray, right?
Yeah.
So
yep.
I thought that was really cool. I'm going to see if I can. No. Shane Pierce.
Ah, there we go.
Shane
Nice.
Pierce.
Nice. Right on. Right on.
Love the Google. All right, let's jump into something that is not nice. Cold. I've been working on the Wayfarer all the live long day. I've been working on the Wayfarer just to pass the... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Hey, Jamal, I found some coal. This one, again, one of mine. The title is Water Tower. The description is water, which I've seen water towers. I don't understand how they're eligible. They're all over the place. They're on the map. People get them through. So whatever. But like, there's just so much wrong with this nomination. First of all, that description is terrible.
It's terrible.
Second of all, the pin, the photo is also terrible because it's taken like so far away that someone's house is in between it. You could probably, if you really wanted to, make it the license plate of the car in the guy's driveway.
Yeah.
The pin
it almost looks fake.
It almost does look fake, yes. And it might entirely be fake. They might have tried to Photoshop that tower closer to that house. But here's the thing. Like, the pin isn't even placed at that house.
Right.
If you look at the street view, it's 4 blocks away, 5 blocks away. Like, it's not even close.
And is it a dupe? Is it a dupe, or are there 2 water towers in that close proximity?
No, it's absolutely a dupe. That was the other thing that's wrong with this. It's a duplicate. So that water tower already exists. The pin is like, I would say, solid 2 to 3 kilometers away.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
In someone's driveway. I will give them this. They put the pin on the road verge side of the sidewalk, so technically it's not private property. I mean, no.
Look at you finding positives and a negative.
Oh, see, here's the thing. Like, it's just not to get off topic here, but you know how many little free libraries I see that are physically on private property, but they've placed the pin on the other side of the sidewalk? Like, that's not how that works. It's
that's
still
not how waste spots work.
It's physically here, right? So, yeah, I think this is just not how to get a water tower in, and this is one of the ones that I reported, and I'm like, this is clearly someone's attempt to get a home stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, someone's very poor attempt to get a home stop, and like
very, very
Emily
important.
would have rejected this because it's mostly house.
Yep.
Like,
oh
I
yeah,
never would have
it's
seen
all
this.
house. It's
Right,
all house.
so-
It's all license plate. It's not good.
Yeah. All right, you got anything else?
I got nothing else, my friend. I got nothing else.
All right, that is it then. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Wayspotters. We really appreciate it. A big, big thank you goes out to our executive producer, KatettheKonz, and our show historian, Maddie G, and to all of our patrons. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so, so much. Now, if you enjoyed this episode of Wayspotters, there are a few ways that you can show us. Follow us on all of our socials. We are on Twitter, @Wayspotter. We are also on Instagram, @Wayspotters Podcast. On TikTok, @IMakeWayspots. We are incredibly responsive and love interacting with our followers. Let us know what you thought about today's episode. You can also visit our website, www.wayspotters.com. From there, you can get links to everywhere you can download the show. You can also send us a message directly from the website or email us, wayspotters@pokemonprofessor.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, and we are back on YouTube 2 weeks in a row, this will go up on YouTube. We are back. People are loving it. We got so many comments on that first one. People were just like, oh my God, you're back. I'm like, yes, we are. I apologize. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. And then click the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. We are halfway to 500. And that's kind of the next goal that we want to hit, right? So if you could subscribe, we would greatly appreciate it. youtube.com/@Wayspotters-podcast. Leave us a voicemail on our hotline, 704-426-3710, or tweet us a voice message. You never know, your voicemail may appear on an upcoming episode of the show. Finally, if you are not a member of the Pokemon Professor Network Patreon, you can join for as little as $1 US a month. All you need to do is go to patreon.com/PokemonProfessor. You will have access to the Discord for the entire family of shows across the Pokemon Professor Network, including Wayspotters, Special Conditions, Gotta Watch 'Em All, Purified Podcast, Good Morning Johto, Sleep It Off, After Darkrai, and Lured Up. It's a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. Jamal and I are active in there quite a bit, so come and hang out. We would love to have you. And with that, we look forward to you joining us again next week here on Wayspotters. We appreciate all of the support we get each week. We couldn't do this without you. And remember, it's not that far. Get out of your car.